Everyone. I'm Ben from Reown, and I'm here today to talk about AppKit, Bitcoin, and the multi-chain vision at Reown. As mentioned, I'm Ben. I'm the Director of Engineering at Reown, which is formerly known as WorldConnect Inc. And I'll get into that more in a moment, what the new name is about. But I joined WorldConnect in November 2021. I was originally focused on all things JavaScript at WorldConnect, from front-ends to protocols to back-end APIs. But these days, I'm less code focused in my day-to-day, and but still a JS engineer at heart. So I want to give a quick overview of what I'll be covering today, which is WorldConnect and Reown, like what are those two entities and the history behind WorldConnect. A quick overview of Reown's products and how they will relate to Bitcoin in the future. Then how we think about multi-chain at Reown, and then UTXO chains on WorldConnect protocol, including a quick demo of that, what we have at the moment, and then what's next on the roadmap for us at Reown. A quick history slide, which is WorldConnect was founded in 2018 by our founder, Pedro Gomez, who some of you may know if you're involved in the Ethereum space or the EVM space. And so what problem did WorldConnect originally solve? WorldConnect was created as a response to the need for wallets and dApps to connect to each other in a secure, trustless, and platform-agnostic way, which originally, I mean, now it sounds almost trite. It's something that happens every day. But at the time, browser extension wallets could inject themselves into a given web page to connect their dApp, but mobile wallets were really lacking a standardized and reliable way to achieve this. So that was where WorldConnect V1 came from as a protocol and a company. So what is Reown in that case? I thought you guys are WorldConnect, right? So last month, our company split, or WorldConnect being split into two distinct entities, which is Reown that you see on the top, which is now focused on the existing product suites of the company, like AppKit and WalletKit. And then we have the WorldConnect Foundation, which you can find at WorldConnect.network, which in the future or going forward will be focused on the stewardship of the upcoming WorldConnect network and token. So what's Reown about, right? In short, Reown is about building toolkits for better on-chain UX, and Bitcoin and UTXO chains in general will come into play with Reown's two core SDKs, which are called AppKit and WalletKit, which cater to apps or dApps, depending on your preference, and wallets, as you might guess from the names. I want to give a quick overview to help visualize where these products sit in relation to the WorldConnect protocol itself. As you can see here, we have wallets on the right side, communicating via the WorldConnect network protocol with AppKit integrated dApps, other connection kits like Rainbow Kit, Privy, you can see here, Third Web, or even bespoke direct integrations. I also want to give a quick overview of what WalletKit and AppKit do, which will then set the wider context for understanding where Bitcoin and UTXO chains come to play. A WalletKit unlocks thousands of dApps by a single integration, regardless of which platform your wallet runs on. If you're integrating WalletKit or the dApp that your user is trying to connect to or runs on. It's also completely chain agnostic, since the WorldConnect protocol itself has been designed with multi-chain in line from the ground up. And we also have a verify API, which is an additional layer of security, which indicates to your users whether the dApp that's being connected to is explicitly verified. And it also flags if we suspect that the dApp is a scam or impersonating a legitimate dApp, like in this case with OpenSea, for example. As the kind of mirror image to that, we have AppKit, which unlocks hundreds of wallets via one integration. So AppKit also supports browser extension wallets and comes with email and social login via embedded wallets baked in. It also comes with integrations for buying and swapping tokens right in AppKit, so your users can buy tokens or swap, hopefully also in the future, from Bitcoin or to Bitcoin right in the AppKit modal. We also recently shipped Solana support on AppKit. And as you can see here, AppKit is detecting that I have the Phantom extension installed, which is a popular Solana browser wallet. And it lets me choose my preferred chain ecosystem, in this case, like between Ethereum and Solana. Okay, so why am I talking about Solana at a Bitcoin conference, right? It sets the stage for the wider discussion around multi-chain Reown, and Wallet Connect itself has supported EVM, so the Ethereum virtual machine, from day one. That was the first iteration of the protocol, which actually only supported EVM chains. Now it's completely chain agnostic. And as I just showed you, we also recently shipped first-class Solana support. There are also some wallets that support other chain ecosystems over Wallet Connect, for example, Polkadot or Cosmos, but suitable dApp integrations there are like custom and bespoke and not standardized in any way. So what are the bottlenecks for these non-EVM ecosystems, including Bitcoin and UTXO chains? So Wallet Connect as a protocol is chain agnostic, as I covered, but the issue is around kind of lack of foundational specs and standards that someone has to sit down and write, and we have to come to agreement between some critical mass of wallets and preferably also dApps who agree on like, this is how we're going to implement Bitcoin on Wallet Connect. And there's also, after that comes the need for sufficient developer tooling and the libraries to make it a breeze for wallet developers and for dApp developers to integrate Bitcoin over the Wallet Connect protocol or via AppKit. So what are we doing about that at Reown? So to reiterate, the motto is we're building toolkits for better on-chain UX, and having separate integrations for EVM versus non-EVM assets is painful and time-consuming for the developer, and it provides an inconsistent experience for the users. Right. So WalletKit or AppKit developers should feel they have a one-stop shop solution for all the chains that matter to their users, and that goes beyond like transaction or message signing in the long term to provide users with first-class experiences to buy or swap tokens and unlock advanced use cases via embedded wallets too. Okay, so this is how we get there for Bitcoin and UTXO chains in general. It's all about standards, put it bluntly. One big piece of standardization effort across chain ecosystems for us at Reown, formerly Wallet Connect, has been CASA, which is an abbreviation for Chain Agnostic Standards Alliance. And in short, like Ethereum has EIPs, Ethereum Improvement Proposal, Bitcoin has BIPs, and CASA has CAIPs or CAIPs, if you want to spell it out, which is Chain Agnostic Improvement Proposals. And the point of these is that for example, for the BIP 122, so the Bitcoin effectively namespace, we've had these standards defined for a while already. So that allows EVM chains and Solana and Bitcoin, for example, to exist side by side in a single Wallet Connect session. And Wallet Connect, relies on these namespaces, these definitions to handle these chains side by side without awkward collisions or bespoke changes that you have to make depending on which chain you're interacting with. But the missing piece for Bitcoin has been like, how do wallets and dApps communicate in a predictable manner via the Wallet Connect protocol? So we had a recent RPC spec that was put together with Towo Labs, who built this Bifrost wallet, as the lead author, together with us, Hero and Leather Wallet. I've added a link at the end of the presentation to this RPC spec if you want to take a look. But the overview here is like, it defines send transfer, getting account addresses, partially signed Bitcoin transactions, signing messages, and indicating that an address changed from wallet to dApp. So as part of this spec, that unblocked the communication aspect between wallets and dApps for UTXO chains and for Bitcoin over the Wallet Connect protocol. But the devil here is really in the details, as it so often is with these kinds of things and around standards, which is that Bitcoin or UTXO chains have this static versus dynamic wallet and differentiation, where a static wallet reuses the first external address for every transaction, whereas the dynamic wallet will generate a new change or receive address for every transaction, which is different to the EVM space, which really functions more like the static wallet, where the account equals the address always. For the question we're asking us at the moment then is like, how do we, for the dynamic wallets, how do we avoid this additional round trip here? Which especially the round trip between the wallet and the dApp, which is especially painful on mobile. So I'd like to demonstrate that briefly with a demo I prepared to show you where the perceived pain point is at the moment there. So here I'm in our Wallet Connect test app connecting to Bifrost Wallet, which, as I just mentioned, where we partnered with to build out the RPC spec. You can see I'm connecting to Bitcoin testnet here with via the wallet, by Bifrost Wallet. Okay, great. I'm connected. I'm going back to the dApp. It's restoring the connection, because I'm going on iOS from tab to tab. Okay, now you can see that I see a send transfer method. I see get account addresses. Like, okay, so I have the single external first address, but I need to go back to the wallet and explicitly share addresses via the wallet. You can see it's not particularly pretty because it's just an internal test app for us, but you can see I got all of the external addresses to then calculate UTXOs and be able to display the correct account balance. Okay, so one way we could solve this problem is through a standard that Wallet Connect already uses for wallets and dApps to handshake or to agree on a session, which is called CAPE25. And this is how wallets and dApps handshake on the chains, the methods, the events, and the accounts that they will be agreeing to use within a session. And the way you could avoid this round trip that you just saw me demonstrate is to additionally return the account addresses that we would get from get account addresses from the method, but directly in the handshake between the wallet and the dApp. So as the wallet is responding to the dApp, like, hey, here's my agreement to this session with you, it can also just say, hey, here's the first 10, 15 additional account addresses that you can use to calculate balances. An alternative here would also be for the wallet just to send the address changed event immediately after the connection is established, but there's issues with flakiness there. Like if for some reason the wallet can't send that event or the dApp can't receive it, we're back to square one. And the dApp has to say, or the user has to say, hey, I want to request these additional account addresses so I can have a correct balance displayed. Also briefly want to touch on XPub, which is an extended public key, which is used in hierarchical deterministic wallets, which are effectively what Bitcoin wallets are. Using this would be more elegant because it wouldn't require this RPC chatted between the wallet and the dApp. But there are quite obvious privacy implications for us there because the user may be unwilling to hand over the extended public key to any dApp unless they really, really trust it. And there's also technical complexity where the dApp would have to be able to do the path derivation, which most dApps are not used to doing. And there's not a common pattern that you see in dApps these days. So the counterpoint here might be, okay, maybe this is actually a feature, not a bug, right? Explicitly requesting the address is something that I might want to have as a prerogative as a user. So putting as a user story, as a Bitcoin user, as a Bitcoin wallet user, I do not want the dApp to know my receive or change addresses until I explicitly consent. This is all to show this discussion that I just went through, that finding the right solution for both wallets and dApps involves like weighing the technical trade-offs, understanding the user needs, and making the DevX as ergonomic as possible. So what's next for us? We're looking to dog food the Bitcoin and wallet dApp interactions by this new RPC standard and refine the UX, or the user experience, the developer experience as needed, together with design partners, and then identify appropriate partners for first-class Bitcoin features in AppKit, which means, for example, blockchain RPC providers that we can then automatically resolve balances, etc. So you as an app developer do not have to handle that stuff yourself. So there's this common thing we talk about internally at Reown, which is the bootstrapping problem, which is like we have dApps asking us which wallets already support this chain, and wallets ask us which dApps already have this integration, right? And having strong design or launch partners really is kicking off that flywheel and gets everything moving. So on that note, let's ship. And Reown is looking for design and launch partners for Bitcoin at the moment for both AppKit and WalletKit. The benefits being you have a first mover advantage, obviously, because you'll be the first one to have the integration. You can ensure your use cases are covered for your users, and there's a visibility bonus, right? Like there will be co-marketing opportunities with Reown. So if you're interested, reach out to partnerships@reown.com. Or if you have questions about this talk or about how to go ahead with this, also feel free to reach out to me at ben@reown.com. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening.